Welcome back, everyone, to another episode at Mindset2Market, where we bring you real stories from real entrepreneurs who are making a real difference. At Mindset2Market, we believe that every entrepreneur has a story. So it is your duty to share yours. So click on the link in the description below and get featured. Today we're at Laser with Love in Greengate to meet Teresa, the amazing brains behind this beautiful venture. We're going to talk to her about her business journey and tips that she has for entrepreneurs. Hello, hi Teresa.
Oh, hey, how you doing? You
Good to
okay?
meet you. I'm good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us, Teresa.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks so much for coming.
Amazing. Let's start with a quick introduction. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what Laser with Love is all about?
So, Laser with Love was born 2.5 years ago. I've been in the industry now for over 3 years. I was an employed laser tech. But for me, I wanted to do things a little bit different, and with love is very personal to me. So when people come here, they come and yes, they get laser, but they get a full experience. And it's I want to give people the opportunity that have never always wanted laser, but couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So I've marketed myself to the majority of people, not just to the people who can ordinarily afford high-class treatments.
Okay, that's amazing. So it's not all about the cost for you.
No.
It's about the experience.
It's about the experience. I market myself very, very well. I'm affordable. I want to be affordable, and that's where With Love comes from. I was a sufferer myself with hormone imbalances. So for me, I wanted laser when I was younger, but I could never ever afford it.
It's very expensive.
It's really, really expensive. So I get it. I get it from a client's perspective. I can really, really empathize with them from having that unwanted hair. And I know it's a luxury to be able to have something like that. But for women and men, taking away that unwanted hair can give them such a confidence boost.
It does.
Really, really confidence boost. So that's where With Love comes from.
That's amazing. And what inspired you to start this business? Like, when was the light bulb moment for you when you went, okay, I'm starting my business now and I don't care what happens, I'm going for it?
Light bulb moment was when I was divorced and we had to sell the family home, and I got obviously a little bit of money from that. But because I've always been a stay-at-home mum, I didn't have a good credit rating. So my money from my divorce, which was for a house, was just going on rent.
Oh.
Rent. I went for mortgages, computer said no. Mortgage, computer said no. Because I've always worked part-time, I've been a stay-at-home mum. Computer kept saying no. So I got down to my last bit of money, and I said, right, I'm going to have to invest that. I need to turn that money into something for security for me and my children. So that was the light bulb moment. It was like, right, okay, what do? I can lose that money within a year on rent, or I can spend it now and hopefully build something that I can purchase a house for me and the kids.
That's amazing. That was a very strategic decision you made.
It was sink or swim. And I haven't sank yet. I've nearly sank a few times, trust me, but yeah.
How long ago was this?
2.5 years. So I was working for a company, loved working for that company. I was being paid a minimum wage, and then we had commission on top of that. And that was fine. I had a great work-life balance. I was working 3 days a week, have my minimum wage, and then have the commission that was based on top. But unfortunately, the company cut the commissions. So therefore, it was like, whoa, hold on a minute. That was like my little bit of savings. Company cut the commissions. And again, that was a light bulb moment. I was like, actually, I do have a little bit of money there to buy a machine. So I went and I bought my first machine with my last bit of money, and it was like, right, we've got to go for this now.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Amazing. And your industry, the cosmetic industry, is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
How do you stay up to date with all this?
So I've developed a really, really good network of laser technicians. So we all stay in touch with each other. We've joined a community. There's a community that brings us up to date new systems that are coming in, make sure that we're on top of the game, and making sure that, especially the devices as well that we're using, that they're all FDA approved, CE approved, the medical grade. There is a lot of devices out there that can be fake devices. So therefore you've got to make sure that you are on top of your game. I've really invested well into my machine, so that will see me right now for another good few years. And then having a really good technician as well, laser technician on board. If anything goes wrong, we've got a UK-based technician that will come in, service the machine every single month, change all the filters and whatnot. So your machine is your bread and butter. So you've got to look after your machine.
That's your baby, pretty much.
Yeah,
and they're quite expensive, aren't they?
They are expensive. Yeah. So we're talking 20 grand plus.
Wow.
So that was my savings. That was it.
And is it like just one supplier who supplies this equipment?
There's many different suppliers. There is many different suppliers. You've got the big boys that are up there, and then there's different suppliers. I deal direct with the supplier myself. Yeah.
That's amazing. So let's say if someone wanted to start off a laser business on the side and they haven't got 20 grand, what would
there
they
is
do?
finance options for them as well,
Okay.
so that you can put like a down payment on and then pay that
as you go. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean there's various different companies do various different things for them, finance options as well.
Okay.
So but yeah, I'm sure different companies have different strategies. The guys that I use, thankfully I had that money, I was able to do it and get it done, but it was a massive risk because that was all I had savings wise.
I'm guessing when you buy the equipment from them, do they give you training on how to use it? Or do
Yeah,
you have to go
so
get
yes,
your
you
training?
have to be trained. So I'm beauty trained, level 3, and I've got level 4 as well, laser. So you do have to be trained on the machine as well to the manufacturer's guidelines. So if you were to purchase a machine you couldn't just crack on with that. You need to be trained. Now I use the British Institute of Laser, so she will come and she will train. So when I did have staff, she came and she trained the staff on that laser machine. Now if that staff member then moved to another clinic and it was a different machine, they have to be trained on that specific machine. For insurance and legal reasons, you have to be trained for the manufacturer's guidelines, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because they all are different. Although they all do the same thing. There's, you've got to know, you've got a laser in your hand. You're touching people's skin with a laser. You've got potential burns there as well.
That's true.
Yeah, so you've got to understand your machine. When you get a new machine, it's like getting to know somebody again. And
falling in love again.
You've got to get to know your machine. You've got to understand your machine. It's very, very, very important.
Okay. And marketing, I'm guessing marketing is a very tough business for any business at all.
Yeah.
What's your best strategy for getting new clients?
Social media is a great strategy. I had a fabulous social media manager. She got me off the ground and she got me running. So that was a great support and a great help. Right now, it's just me, the room, and my laser. I use my social medias. I use my stories. And word of mouth. For me, thankfully, word of mouth has been absolutely fantastic. I just get recommended over and over and over again. My ethos is to get you the best results I can with 6 sessions and then not to sell you another package. So with laser, you're going to have 6, 8, 10, 12 sessions. Okay, but I want to go, right, let's see what we can do with 6. Because I want to get you the best value that I can But then, not to sell you another package, but you go tell 5 more people. She's trustworthy. She will do the best job that she can. I don't tell people I'm going to get rid of their hair completely. We're looking for a 70 to 90% reduction. That's massive for some people. Massive. So, being trustworthy, being honest, and being very transparent from the start. I believe that's what's kept me going for 2.5 years and kept me busy.
Okay, that's really good. And you find it difficult to get new clients all the time, or is it like a season when you get clients and then a season when it's
So
dry?
the summertime, everyone starts thinking about it, but
Yeah.
really everybody should start thinking about laser in the winter, because then you're ready for summer.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to go on your holidays, you've got to take a bit of time out from sun. You can't have direct sunlight on if you've just been lasers. Remember, we're putting a massive amount of heat inside your body. So if somebody was going to come to me and then not tell me that they were going to go to Ibiza the next day, and they're going to lie on that lovely sun lounger, but they've just been lasered, we've put massive amount of heat. You're possibly going to blister, you're possibly going to burn. So you've got to, winter time, guys, is the best time to get laser.
All right, Teresa, I want to see what makes Laser with Love very special. Can you walk me through what a customer should expect when they walk in here?
No problem. So on arrival,
Yeah.
we would have a consultation form. I need to get all your medical records, okay? I need to know if you're suitable for laser. Not everybody is suitable for laser. There's certain medications that you cannot have. So we need to get a full lowdown of your history. So you'd fill this out, front and back. We'll have all your reasons for laser, what areas that you want to achieve, and then we'll take it from there. We will do a patch test. We've got to check your skin tone, because everyone's got obviously a different skin tone. You cannot use one setting for another person with different skin tones. Everything has to be checked. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Yeah. Which I'll do. I'll show you.
It's very to make sure we're both protected and
Both protected,
Yeah.
exactly. So then what I would ask you to do, I'd ask you to have a seat up on the bed for me.
Okay, yes, I will.
Yeah. Have a little seat. So this is the machine that we use. So I'm going to ask you to put these lovely goggles on. You're not going to be able to see a thing.
Yes.
So I'm going to check your skin tone and what
Okay.
skin tone we would use. Right. When you come for laser, you have to have, basically in your birthday suit, you've got to have no lotions, no potions. So how the laser picks up on the pigment, so you've got your lovely foundation on. So there's going to be more pigment in that foundation. We can't trick the laser into the different skin tones.
Okay.
Especially as well, if you've got ladies that do the fake tan, they've got to come complete bare skinned, no fake tan, because if they've got more pigment and then I use the laser on their skin, which is not really their skin, then I've got risk of burning. So it catches the pigment, the laser comes down and catches onto the pigment of the follicle, but also you've got pigment all around your body, so we need to protect your skin. So different settings for different skin tones. Right. So we're going to do a bit of a patch test, okay? So I'm going to have a look at your skin tone, as we said. So different areas as well will take the sensitivity a little bit more different. But that would be your patch test done. So what we'd say to you now,
Yeah.
the next 48 hours, no lotions, no potion.
Okay.
I wouldn't shave your legs for the next 48 hours.
Okay.
After that, live your life and
Interesting.
you can just crack on. But different areas will have different sensitivity thresholds. as well.
Okay.
But always we're guided by you. I could be in mid-conversation.
Yeah.
We could be talking, putting the whole world to rights, and I'll ask you, how are you feeling? What are we feeling? So I can adjust the settings. Everything's tailored for that individual.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not just a one size fits all. It has to be tailored to that individual. And again, people have higher sensitivity thresholds, lower sensitivity thresholds. So it's all tailored for that individual.
That's amazing. Has there been a customer experience that really stuck with you? An experience that made you remember and say to yourself, this is why I do what I do?
There's been lots. There's been lots. There's one that really sticks out. When we have to check the skin tone, and you've got to make sure that laser is safe. Okay, that the main priority is the safety of your client and their skin. I had one lady, she came from Brazil, and she'd had laser before. She knew how much it worked. You know, she had 3 sessions. She was over in Brazil, and she heard about me and she wanted to come to me, but she was so nervous because she'd been burned. Her skin was burned by a laser technician, not in this country, well, in her own country. So on consultation, I checked her skin tone. It's called the Fitzpatrick scale. So I checked her skin tone, and she was a 3 all over. But where the burn had happened was down below. So immediately I knew straight away that the previous laser technician has not changed the settings for different areas of the body. So she was a lot darker down below. So they used a 3 Fitzpatrick scale all over.
Right.
And then when they went to do her different areas, they never changed the skin tone, the settings. So she was burned, not by me.
Because someone
By
else. Yeah.
But that stuck out to me because I made her feel safe. She felt then safe enough to continue on her laser journey. She felt that she was in safe hands, that even just because you're a 3 here doesn't mean you're a 3 there. You know, the safety is paramount for your skin. You're coming in to make your skin and you feel better. You don't want to leave with a burn, and you don't want to leave with that uncertainty of yeah. So that stuck out to me.
Yeah, so it's very important to pay attention.
Paying attention. And you know, when you are speaking to your clients, you're extracting information from them. You're having conversations, but you're extracting information, and that helps me then tailor the session. It's not just come in to turn the laser machine on and go up and down. You've got to listen to your client and pay attention to the skin tone. You know, we've all got different skin tones all over our body. So from one area to the next, it may not be the same.
Okay, that's good. And what is one piece of advice you would give to someone who wants to start their own laser business?
If you're going to start your own laser business, be yourself, be authentic, be inspired by other people. Even, you know, if you need to copy what someone's doing, you're not copying, you're being inspired. And be humble and just go for it, because literally it is the best move that I've ever made. I love my job, I love my clients, and I like, as corny as it sounds, I like making a difference. And yeah, it's laser hair removal, but they've got me through some bad periods, and I equally have been able to get them through some bad periods. So yeah, with love.
So you've got a lot of clients who've been dealing with quite a lot of
Yeah.
hairs for a while.
Yeah.
And you're able to, you know, help them with that problem. That's a big,
Yeah.
that's something big too.
You know, it's a luxury. It is a
Yeah.
luxury. It's not something, you know, you're not changing the world. But like
But
it
to
is
someone with PCOS, you might be.
yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, I'm humble enough to know, you know, that I'm privileged to be able to do what I do, and I'm grateful for all the clients that I've had and the support. Yeah, they've been such a good support. Like, they just high-five the hell out of me,
Aww.
which is really, really good. Like, I've bought my house. I wouldn't be able to do what I've done without my clients. So I'm very grateful for my clients.
If your business had one slogan or a vibe, what would it be? Laser with love. I love that. It's just right there.
It's right there.
With love.
With
okay.
love.
Everything is done with love. But it was lovely talking to you,
Thank
Teresa.
you.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights, your wisdom with us.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it.
Thank you.
For anyone who's around Greengate,
Greengate, Harrogate, Bradford, Leeds, people come from all over. Literally
London,
all over.
wherever you're at,
Yeah.
you can always find her in Greengate.
I actually had somebody message me from Teesside the other day. Now Teesside is up in Newcastle.
Yeah.
And they've been recommended, so they're traveling down. They're doing a 2-hour trip to come down.
Amazing, and it's worth it, guys.
So yeah,
no matter the journey, no matter the distance, it's worth it. You can find the links down in the description below. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you. Bye bye.